down, and a media report revealed the suspension of another Texas A&M professor. Brett Shipp has been following these stories for us. Brett, can you make any sense of what's going on out in College Station?
Yeah, hey Alex, I'm not sure we have time for me to make sense of, and I'm not even sure if I'm even qualified, but if you are moderately interested in making sense of it all, you got to check out the reporting being done at the Texas Tribune. It's really remarkable stuff. We're talking suspensions, manipulations, investigations, resignations, including last Friday's announcement by the University President that she is stepping down.
Fourth quarter, upset-minded Aggies.
Texas A&M is used to trouble on the football field. The big problem now is in the media. Headline after headline, mainly the Texas Tribune breaking story after story on the bungled hiring of a new journalism professor, a former New York Times reporter and UT journalism director, Kathleen McElroy. According to the Tribune, race was a factor in the failed hiring of McElroy after A&M regents reportedly got involved. Hours after the Tribune broke the story, A&M President Katherine Banks resigned. Then the national media got involved.
First of all, how dumb are you to go after, to do this to somebody who was an esteemed colleague at the New York Times and not think it was not going to become a national story?
Then came another expose from Tribune reporter James Barragan.
This is along the same lines, but slightly different in that there's a question about academic freedom, and there's a question about, is there censorship at Texas A&M?
The new expose, A&M suspending of a professor accused of criticizing Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick during a lecture. The allegation, now follow closely, that the daughter of Texas Land Commissioner Dawn Buckingham witnessed professor and respected opioid expert Joy Alonzo make a critical remark about Patrick. Buckingham then told Patrick. Patrick then contacted A&M Chancellor John Sharp. Sharp reportedly told Patrick in a text, Alonzo has been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation regarding firing her. Should be finished by end of week. And just like that, Professor Alonzo's career at A&M is likely over. And what did the lieutenant governor find so offensive?
3 students that my colleague Kate McGee and I have spoken with told us that the comment was so inoffensive and so unremarkable that none of them even remembered it.
Yeah, not many people talking about what went on in that speech from Alonzo. The bottom line here is this, that 2 professors, one who takes a strong stand on diversity, the other who dares to criticize Lieutenant Governor, they're not welcome at Texas A&M anymore. And once the media finds out about all of this, the president is forced to resign. Alex, maybe the football team ain't so bad after all. What do you think?
Yeah, Brett, I feel like the football team is the least of Texas A&M's concerns right now. I mean, this story is just, to me, it's mind-boggling because, you know, the latter story with the criticism regarding the lieutenant governor, it kind of plays out like a bad game of telephone. You know, the daughter of the land commissioner, then telling the chancellor, then telling the lieutenant governor, and then it all ends up in a esteemed professor being suspended. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around.
Yeah, for a phone call. Anyway, insult to injury. On top of all of this, the journalism professor was a Texas A&M alum. What do you make of that, Brett?
Yeah, well, I'm not even sure that even matters at this point. Both McElroy and Alonzo are highly respected in their fields, and both of them are essentially gone, or McElroy didn't even get invited. She had so much interference in her hiring process by the regents. We're not even talking about the regents' involvement in all that. They're the ones who prevented McElroy from being hired to begin with. And then you find out that the lieutenant governor is involved, the chancellor. It's a mess, and it's going to take a while to sort all this out. And I'm not sure all of the dominoes have fallen just yet.
Yeah, it is hard to unring a bell. We'll see how Texas A&M responds to all of this.
It's
Brett, thanks so much for keeping an eye on it.
And before we head to break, we want to thank all of you for spending your morning with us here at Spectrum News 1.
Yeah, it's our privilege to offer unbiased reporting from communities across Texas. And be sure to download the Spectrum News